So, Festus, the floor is yours.
Okay, hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever we are. But it's evening in my place, so good evening, everybody. My name is Festus, and I been today. So since we are vibe coding, why not just vibe along with everything? Without further ado, I think if you have a question, I would actually love you to drop it on the chat so that we don't interact the session. So when we are done, we could answer questions. We could get in touch. So today, before we actually get started fully, I would love to just share our goals for today's webinar. So, what we are going to expect during the course of our call today, the first thing is we want to understand what vibe coding is first, then we want to understand make is, how it works, and how to make good use of it. And then again, we're also going to be looking at tips and tricks on how to make Figma make work better for you. So those are covering today. So Figma vibe coding. Like we are starting with vibe coding. Vibe coding is natural language on AI models to be able to generate functional codes for you. So you prompt an AI model to with your natural language. So type whatever you want. Okay, I want you to build a landing page for me. I want you to build a mobile app with specifics, and then it generates actual code for that particular product you are trying to build. That's vibe coding. And on the other and Figma Make is also a prompt app tool that is inside of Figma. So a lot of us that for those of us that are designers and developers that are acquainted with Figma, so we get to use Figma Make to prompt directly in Figma. So I'm going to just share my screen, and we could jump right into it to see how Figma works. So, sorry, let me share my entire screen. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, it's coming up.
Okay, so uh, pardon me for those of us that used Figma desktop. I'm actually used with Figma with the browser version of it. So sorry, let's come up. So Figma Make actually is available for pro users, right? And education users to some extent. So this allows you to be able to prompt directly from Figma Make. You have access to Figma side, you have access to Buzz, you have access to Make, as long as you are a pro user. So because the topic of today is Figma Make, we are just going to jump to Figma Make, and we see how to go about it. Sorry, I didn't get to prepare any slides because today is just the whole of it is practical. I don't want to do a whole lot of talking, so why not just jump into this so we see how it works in general. So, first things we when you open come to Figma Make, this is it might be different for others. The screen functionality, everything here is the same. So when you come to Figma Make, the first thing you get to be able to do is you can just prompt directly to Figma Make and give it a prompt. You can describe your idea. There are practically three ways we get to design use Figma Make. You could either prompt directly, or you could go ahead to copy a Figma file and paste in Figma Make, or you could add an attachment. So it could be an image of a design you like, and you could code that particular design to come to life. So yes, so we are going to be starting with the prompting. We're just prompting Figma Make to see what it gives us, and then the second we will be uploading images to see how to convert our images to actual sites. And then the last, we are going to be using Figma files. So we are going to be importing Figma files to Figma Make. So let's jump right into it. So I actually have prepared have prepared a prompt with my sticky notes. So I'm just going to paste it here. So you don't have to be able to know anything. You could go to ChatGPT. There are a lot of AI models. Go to ChatGPT, prompting, give ChatGPT the idea you want to build. It prompts for you. It creates a prompt. So for instance, we are trying to be able to say, okay, we want to design an e-commerce landing page for a cupcake and pastry delivery business called Sweet Chest. So it's located in St. Borg, and this site should showcase this. So you get to give it a little detail, tell it, okay, I want it to do this. It might not seem nice to you at that point. You might put in all your crazy ideas, and ChatGPT has a way of structuring these ideas for you, and then it gives you plus this, it gives you the colors that would look well. And so yes, so this is you prompting. And furthermore, we could also be able to select, say, a library. For instance, we have a designs. When we are on Figma normal design, we have access to, we could be able to use what's it called, style. Here we could have components where we use in our design. So same thing, you could publish them as a library, and then you could decide to pick them from Figma Make to use. So I think I should just let me walk us through how to do that. Sorry, let me walk us how to publish our libraries to Figma Make. So it has a way of focusing on this particular design system we give it. When we come to Figma, to our Figma, sorry, let's load. Let's load. Okay. For instance, Glue Stack is a design kit from Figma community. Let's pick it up, and we want to be able to use, say, the button styles, the color, the way they design their cards, the way they design their placeholders, the avatars, and the rest. So please pardon me, it's open. Sorry, please, if can you let me know if you are following, so I know we are on track. Let's make it conversational. Hello, anyone here?
Yes, we are.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So we're just going to come to, let's see, the components. Sorry, I think it's taking a little time to load. Okay, so these are the component libraries. We could see um, the input fields. Uh, yes, so we could see the different radio buttons here, their sizes. We could see colors. We could see their states, and we could see the form fields with their states and the rest. So now these are things we want to be able to have in our design. And so to publish them, to publish a library for Figma Make, this is our normal design screen. So you come to this drop down close to the labeling, close to the name. So you could publish library. And when you come to publish library, you could you just hit publish when if you've not published it before. But I've done that, so I'm not going to publish again. But it will take a couple seconds, and then you could also export to Figma Make, which also takes a couple seconds to do. So let's come back to Figma Make, and we have our library here that we want our design to focus on. So we are just going to hit enter to see what happens. So now our we applied styles from our library. The design is going to be based on the style we applied. So Figma Make is reasoning, and also we could also see we could also be able to see sorry we could also be able to see the code as it's building. So for those of us that are developers, it's also a, a way for us to be able to edit from our code base here. So here is fully editable. You could edit whatever is happening on whatever design you are trying to build. So you could see how it's building, and you could come back to preview if you are no if you are not a developer, if you don't understand code. All you need to do is just converse with this charts here, and it builds for you. So let's wait while it's building our platform, and let's see what it comes up with. Okay. Okay, so while we wait, it's almost the same. It's almost the same. It's almost what happens when you are working with AI agents like Lovable, like V0. You are working with Bolts.new. It's you also just get to just write in whatever I have in your natural language. And funny thing is, I think I've tried using a different language to a different human language. See, I think I use Spanish to try writing the building the site, and it actually recognizes it. So I think it's a plus for Figma. So but then on Figma, because we are designers, we don't want to go outside of our comfort zone, Figma, of course, to start building unlovable and trying to copy it, bring it back to Figma. The whole here and there is going to just be a lot. So let's wait and see what it gives. Okay, so I think it's finished. That's finished. That's created a responsive e-commerce landing page with all the requested sections. So the design features, modern aesthetic with dark gradient backgrounds. Okay, against bright images, yellow CTAs. Okay, so let's hold on and see what we have. Okay. Okay, so this is what it comes up with. This is what our prompt came up with. So we could actually preview our design to see in full screen how it looks like. So this is us just prompting directly. Um, okay, I think this design needs it still needs tweaking to go, but I think I like the images. It has this whole realistic images and a whole look of it. So let's have it. So my apologies. I think my network is slow. I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have. Okay, so this is what we have. And we could tweak it more. I think we could work on a whole lot. But I just like the way Figma comes up with the whole micro interactions that applies to it. So it just beats your imagination. You have this crazy kind of idea you could the way just get the hang see how it looks. Oh, I love this bentos and stuff. So you just see how it looks, and then from there you could be able to you could be able to continue with your own idea. And funny thing, so you could actually decide to prompt it, say, okay, add a logo, it should add the navigation, and you could also use this select picker. You could select based on say you want just this button. So when you select when you click on the select speaker to on any button, and then now you have you could change your yeah, you could change your font to, let me always go to guys. So you could change it to guys, you could change the colors, you could change the font size, you could make it bold. Now you could change the color of the button, you could more rounded. So you're at liberty to change whatever you want. So and you could also switch to this edit prompt, and you could also edit it with prompt. Either you write what you want the button to do, or you could come here and ask for change. Let's say, for instance, we want to prompt this button to have a blue hoover. So when so you could prompt it, say this button have hoover, and so Figma May could do its magic, and we get see to see what it come up with. Um, sorry. Let's see. So it's loading. No, I think it's something Figma should look into. I always used to have this issue where you are prompting and your screen just goes up. So I don't know. It's something that when you refresh the entire page, everything comes back to normal. So maybe it's just for people that are using the browser on Figma and stuff. So okay, so we could come back here when it's finished loading. When it finished loading the changes, and we could see if we are able to achieve that. Okay, now here I have a hover state for this our button, yeah, and so let me come back to this guy. I'll just refresh my page. My page so it's refresh on time. Uh, my apologies. My network has been a whole lot. So okay, okay. All right, let's see. Um, sorry. Okay, so here is our design and our button. Our button's hover state is working well, right? So now this is just a little of how you could work with and how you could make. Okay, let me make it back. So, okay, so you could select, you could continue to add prompting your changes. You want to make this cat look smaller, you could prompt it, and then so that's the first type, the first one, which is using Figma make via prompt, like just giving it an idea to work on it. It doesn't have any inspiration. You just added say a library that has the way buttons should be built, just around just normal components. So we are going to move to the next one where we can actually upload reference images to Figma. So I'm just going to create a new make instead to be able to work on that. So we want to be able to import and say an already existing image where we have a design. Say someone we designed from our Figma, exported it as exported as an image file, a PNG or JPG. It does so. What we get to do is so okay, let's hold on. So now we get to come to add an attachment. So from here we could load an image and let's see. So let me work with this image. I'm sorry. Okay, the image is loading. Now this is an image of a landing page for also a cake and pastry stuff. Don't mind me. Just I just got it off the image. I just wanted to test with it and see. So what we are going to do is we want to tell Figma make to build this image to be responsive responsive without changing its color. Okay, without its color. Sorry, its colors, typography, and layout. So now we want to be able to have wants to achieve. So we don't want the colors to change, we don't want the layouts to change, we don't want the typography to change. So just hit enter. Now Figma Make is going to think this particular image we uploaded. So I'm coming, let me see if I can open the image so we get to see how it looks like. um, Okay, so basically, this is how the image looks like. So this is Fudio, I think. Yeah, Fudio. This is how it looks like. We have Explore. We have Welcome to Fudio with cakes, cupcakes, donuts, all collection. Let's see if Figma Make is able to this exactly. So now let's go back to Figma Make and think it's reasoning. Yeah, so it's writing our codes, and I think for now I'm not sure. I think Figma builds with JavaScript, React, and stuff. Certain passive, but I think those are just the languages it works with for now for codist. So if you want to edit the code, you should be able to have an idea of JavaScript and stuff. So the code, this is the code for everything. You could come here and say, okay, we want to be able to edit what we have from the code for those of us that knows how to code. And okay, so let's wait and see what it builds. Okay, so it has built, and it's still thinking. Okay, okay. So it's still building an idea. I don't know. Let me refresh here and see if it works. Okay, still building. Okay, and talking about and stuff, so you could say for global CSS for the style, come to your global CSS, see if you could edit. So from the root from our font size, apparently it's using 16 pixels, you could change to your own font size. You want the color codes, the primary colors, foreground, and yeah. So basically, all right. And another thing I should mention is yes, we are going to have to encounter stuff like this, but it's still easier because Figma Make is still going to fix these codes for you in Figma Make without you writing any. Okay, so we have a different stuff. Okay, basically we have a lot of changes to make. And yeah, this happens because the the imaging we used is a full landing page. I think that's why we have this image out, and then the whole thing is kind of a bit scattered. So yeah, so we are going to fix this, and we are going to fix this when we are importing frames directly from Figma. So we want to be able to have our own design on Figma to on Figma Make to be able to edit, to be able to fix this code and stuff. So now we can okay. So I think I have my design here. Let me open this one that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be focusing on today. This is a Figma file, and the first thing you want to do when you are importing Figma, when you are copying a Figma file to Figma Make is you want to be name your layers. Now, this gives Figma Make a heads up of what it's doing. Now, as we could see, we just imported an image which have layers, so it's left for Figma. It's, the AI probably gets confused and a whole lot of things happen. But now this is a landing page that is being designed. We have it in frames and stuff, so we want to be say okay, um let's name all the layers. And so to do that, okay, let me just hide this one. So to do that, you could come to your Figma AI and just come to rename layers. And so let's frame and hit rename layers. So now this, what this does is each of these layers will be named properly, so that when we now copy it to Fig, it knows okay, I'm editing this particular layer, I'm putting particular thing and stuff. So yes, as we see, it's renamed the layers, containers, leaf, headers, logo, and the rest. So images, it's naming them. So and now this is the first step. Like this is the first step to get this working well. And the next thing we are going to do is we all use auto layout, right? When designing on Figma. And for those that are not using auto layout, we could actually still do the same Figma make to our Figma AI here, sorry, and then we could suggest auto layout. Now Figma automatically suggests add auto layout to the entire design without you stressing. So you could have like a bit of a responsiveness in your design. Oh, I picked the wrong frame. I picked the wrong container. Oh shit. So I have a whole lot of containers. So well, we could have a little bit of responsiveness, I think, from this up one. But let's undo. All right. Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and pick this copy this frame. Yeah, Control C, or you could right click and just click on copy for those using Windows, and for those using Mac it's Command C. And so when we come back to Figma Make, now this is where we could sorry fuck. So when we come back to Figma Make, this is where we could be able to paste. So you could just Control V, or you could Command V to paste your Figma frame in this design. Could be able to prompt it to um, without changing any without have changes to the attach. So without making any to the attached frame. Okay, so let's wait for the image loading. I think it's fine. I'm sorry. I think it's almost there. We are almost there. Um, let's hold up. Okay, so it's uploaded. So we could just hit our enter to see what Figma gives us. Okay, all right. So I've started thinking. Okay, now it's writing codes. Okay, now I think this is a little better than sorry. I don't. Let me refresh. Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay, so Let's preview to see the initial design. Here's how it looks like. So we have this dark shade. We have this cloudy blend with this white background, and these images we have um, one and yeah. So let's see what we have here. Okay, it's what we have. I think it's called the uh load section. That we could fix. Okay, so we could come back to our build and we could prompt it that the heroes section is not visible, and yes, and also, so while in Figma Make, you could be able to see how you could change tabs. So from you want to be able to view desktop mode, you want to be able to view mobile view of what you are building. So you could come to this mobile preview, just switch and select if a mobile phone you want to be able to see how it will look like on a mobile. Okay, that we could also prompt it to have to make to be responsive. And so let's see. Okay, I think it's bringing back our. Let's see how it's look here. Okay, so here is how it looks. Here's our section is back, and we have our our cards. We have this. We have our images. So I think we are getting there. So just a little tweak here and there. Now we want to be able to prompt it to be responsive. So we want it to make it responsive across pages. So make it responsive across devices. And oh, sorry, I minimized. Okay. So this is our prompt to make it responsive across devices. So that when we hit on our mobile view, we want to be able to view this particular design, how it looks like on mobile. And yeah, so now, and we could also add micro interactions to it. So I think maybe the next prompt we are going to build is to add micro interactions to these cards. We want to make them interactive. We want to have sorry, I don't know, it's working. It should sync. I think my network's a little bit bad. So it should be, we want to be able to add interactions to the buttons, to the cards itself. We want to be able to have overstays on these images just to have a fun feel for it. We want to make it as interactive as possible. So um while it's building, while it's still working, so let's come here and see if there is something we could do to make it better. So here we could add, okay, here's our logo, and this whole big space, we could also prompt it to remove this excess space because the padding is a lot. So we could reduce the padding and stuff. So now let's take a look at the initial design to see. Okay, oh yeah, it's actually from the initial design. I added a lot of padding. All right. So notwithstanding, this is how um it comes out. And okay, this is it. Sorry, I don't know why it's still working. Okay, I've made it responsive across devices. Hmm. Uh, I think it has kind of scattered. Now, the sweetest part of Figma Make is you could also always revert to your previous design, to to where you are before. So, is because to start editing this one would feel like I think I'm just going to come back to this previous one where it fixed the hero section. So if I click on this back button, it reverts to the previous design, and I could continue prompting from there. So I could just use um, my this point and edit tool to just point and edit and continue editing. So uh, let's wait for it to revert to the old design, and we would just add in a little interactions to the design, and then we could talk about publishing the sites. So now you could actually share them just the way you share is it network. Okay, you could actually share these files. So you could copy the link and share to anyone, or you could copy the full screen view. So it forces the whole design to be full screen, just the way that is. And yeah, and then pretty much this is, and you can actually publish this design, and then you have a live link. You have a link actually shared to people, and then it's, if you have if you don't have a domain, I think Figma provides one. So if you, Figma provides a domain for you, then they provide a live URL with .figma site, and so pretty much you could basically design a complete on a site on Figma Make, and you could do the back end using Superbase, which is also on Figma Make. I think they had a collaboration and stuff. So, okay, I don't know while we wait for this design to revert. Sweet. Now it has reverted to the initial design. So to add we say we want to add micro interaction to the card. So I'm just going to use the point and edge tool, and I want to pick this entire div. The entire div has all these cards. So this guy, and I want to add micro interactions to the cards, and buttons. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, it's reasoning. Okay, okay. So let's let's see. Let me to this guy, and I don't. Sorry. Let's come back. I think it didn't do that. Instead, create over interactions on the on the cards and buttons. So over interactions on buttons. Okay, this should work. So this should work. This should work. Yeah. So it's writing the codes for it and where to sync, and sorry. Let's wait a little. See how it's. Okay. So My apologies, my network has been a little weird this today. Okay, okay. Speaking Australia question. Mm, okay, sorry. Let's wait for it to do it. Its thing here. Still writing code for it. Okay, add smooth over interactions to the card button short landing page. Okay, so while it's loading, let's wait and see what happened. Okay, yes. So now we see we could actually prompt in this hover states. Yeah, yes. So we could prompt in our hover states and it's working. So yes. Now, this is basically how you just pick up your idea or your design. You could prototype it, you could tell it to to build the whole full site. Now, but then the thing is you have to focus on one page at a time so you don't overwhelm the AI model to because if you overwhelm it, give it everything at a go, you probably will encounter a whole lot of issues like we are doing. So, but now we can actually go ahead to publish this site. So let's say we come to publish, click on the publish button, and let's see. Okay, network. Oh god. Okay, sorry. While we wait. All right. So now our site has been published. Yeah. So I could just click on this link, and it loads up with a Figma dot site. So this is a live site for it. I think we are just going to work on the screen size a little, and but everything here works perfectly. So we are just going to work on the padding. I'm just going to work on the padding a little. Um, based on these images. I think these images are one of the good stuff. So yes. Now, this is basically how to just pick up your idea, come to Figma, maybe try to see how you could design a little and you could share and publish on Make. So, um, furthermore, Figma Make helps you to be able to make this rapid concept. So you have a particular concept you want to build and don't know how to start it, just come to Figma Make, just put in your idea, gives you a basically structure of how your idea is looking like. And if you don't like it, you could actually make your iterations. And the beauty of Figma Make is you could actually test your data. So for instance, say you are building a platform that needs you to put in input data, say maybe you want to fill a form and stuff. So yeah, with the help of Squadis, you could actually just use it to test your real data, and you could also export your codes. So when you come to this to hand over to developers, so you could just come to the exports and click on this downloads button, on this download icon to download your code. Now this make it easier for the developers on the other end. And so basically I think that is that is the basics of coming into Figma Make and trying to build something from scratch. Sorry, are we hearing okay?
Yes, 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 yes.
Side. All right, so I am going to
So,
okay,
yeah, please go up. There's a question from Christian.
okay.
So, Christian is
Sorry,
asking, could you please show again what you did after clicking on publish button?
sorry. Come again.
So, Christian asked that, could you please show again what you did after clicking on the publish button?
Okay, so when you click on the
Go,
publish
go
button, yeah.
you should go over the process slowly so they'll follow.
Okay, okay. So I'm coming. Let me unpublish. Uh, so, sorry. Edit. Sorry, I'm coming. Let me unpublish this site and go back here. Sorry. Okay, so here after building your design on Figma Make, so what you do is you come to this publish button. When you click on it, now because we have actually published it, that's why we have a link already, but status is not published because I just unpublish it. So you could actually click on this publish now. Now this publish your site to go live, just like your other google.com, how they are live and stuff. So you could also connect a domain if you have any, but if you don't, Figma is covering you with .figma.site, and so you just click on publish and wait for it to just go live. So okay, and now when you now that our now that our site is live, you could also still make iterations to your design. And when you are done making the iterations, you come back to publish and you click on update. So it's sync with what is already on this site, so on this URL. So you could copy the URL and open it anywhere. And that's that on the publishing.
Okay, and another question from Christian again. So the question is,
Yes.
can I upload my own images individually?
Uploading your image individually, yes. So, but now the trick is instead of uploading them to Figma Make one, you should I would basically advise you to go to create a new design canvas, to put your images, and then you could upload them as a frame. Just frame the entire stuff and pick them as a frame to your design. So yes, it
So,
works that way.
the question is, can you show me how? Can you show how to do that?
Okay, okay. So let's see, let's come back to our landing page here. Now here let me just say create a frame, and then sorry, so this frame, right, I could upload my images. So do I have any image here? Let's try something. Okay, let's say I pick this image here. I want to put the image to this frame. So I can drag drop it inside the frame and stuff. So I could have a whole lot of images inside of this frame. Say duplicate this guy, have it here, and let's see, let's make it auto layout. So now that I have these images, I could copy this frame and come to Figma Make, and I paste the frame, and then now I could be able to prompt it to say, okay, I want these images to go to this particular section. I want this. Okay, let's say we want to add images to our completed orders here. So we successfully completed. So now add this images to the okay. So one way is I'll be able to just use my point and edit tool and just this entire div, right? This entire div. Now I want to add this images. So add this image to say this div, right? So we are going to add the image to this particular div we've actually um, pointed. So let's see how it goes. So it's thinking, and basically this is how you do it. So while we are waiting for it, we could actually still
Yeah, please, if you have more questions, please you can just drop them in the comments. If you have any question for Festus, please you can ask. Just type them and drop. So he will answer.
okay. Let's wait and see where okay. So just a little tweak. Let's retweak it. Let's revert back. Then we could prompt it to do better. Putting it on top. I think I didn't really specify where exactly it's going to be. We just said in the div. So we are just going to specify a little, maybe switch one of these images to that. So let me revert back and do. So I'll just come to this guy. Let's say pick one instead. So that's um sorry, I don't know. Network is slow today. And sorry, let's wait for the connection to finish setting in. So while we are waiting for the connection, any question? Let me see if I can answer before
There's
finish.
there's one question from Paul, and he's asking, how do I manage the site that has been published, like updating and all that? Is there a provision for this?
Yes. So yeah, you can manage your sites when it's been published. Remember when I said you could always come to Figma Make. You could also always file and make changes, right? When you make changes to whatever you want to do to publish and then click on updates, and then the changes you make on the file gets to sync up with the live site already. So it gets to sync up with the live with what's live, and you could actually connect Superbase for backend, like I've said, and then actually just link your. You could go to Superbase website for authentication and database and storage and stuff. Yeah, you could connect it to Figma Make, where you, if you want people's username, maybe you are collecting username or password or others for it, you would add you have to connect to Superbase to be able to keep track of your orders and stuff. So when you finish, the only thing you do is after you've made changes to the site, click on update, and automatically it updates live site. So that's it. So for this one, I think we could say, okay, click on this div and let's paste this one. Replace image on this div with the image attached. So they just want to replace this image. So yeah, you could copy and put your images whenever and however. So sorry, Paul, I don't know if I've answered your question. Okay. Any question? Any other question? Any other? Let's see outcome. I need to add an import statement. Yes. Yes. Continue. Continue. Yeah. So sometimes you have to be humanly possible with the AI so that they understand you also have feelings and stuff. All right. So we just answered this question. It gets to import the images and replace it. So that's what it's saying. Okay. Any other question? Okay. The link to the live sites. Let me just it. So here. Okay. Let's. All right. So here is it. We've actually swapped in the image with this one. So you could now, so if we come back to our live site, yeah, if we come back to our live site, before we actually update this particular image, if we come back here, you could check and you still find that this image is still here. But the moment I click on update, right, the moment I click on update, it's publishing. Once it's finished updating, if I refresh this live page, this particular that changes to this one. All right, so it has been updated, and now this particular image is going to change when I refresh my site. And let's wait for it. I think the whole connection is a bit slow, so it should let me update it again and see. Okay, it has been updated. So let's load up this side. Let's load up and see. Yes, so here we go. The image has been updated. So basically, that's how to work on it. All right. Any question before I have to LCAMC? All right. Link here.
Any question, please? Any question, please?
Okay. So, well, you should try go to Figma Make and put in your crazy ideas, see what it brings up for you. Let's um let's build stuff. Let's see what we can build from whether mobile, whether desktop apps, yeah, everything you could build on Figma Make. So thank you for the audience. I will stop
Thank,
sharing my screen now.
thank you, thank you, thank you.